No music.
Yeah. do 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 do.
Did it not go?
No,
No.
it's okay. We
How about
improved.
now?
Oh,
Oh no. That makes me sad. Anyway.
no worries. We got happy stuff to talk about.
Fix it in post.
Yeah.
Fix it in post.
Post.
I hate it here. Oh god. Oh god. Anyway, this is Anomaly Presents. This is a podcast about the genre movies that inspired a genre film festival. It's the Anomaly Film Festival. Usually we're mildly more professional than that. I am dealing with technology issues, so we're just going to power through it the way, we do, I guess. So
Yeah.
tonight I've got our podcastronauts with me here. We've got Kristen Pelk-Pacheco.
Hey, everybody.
We've got Megan Murphy.
Yeah. Hi, it's me.
The esteemed, the glorious Megan Murphy.
Oh God. Oh no, too
She
much. Oh
is,
no.
an accredited expert about the film that we're going to be talking about tonight.
Oh no.
No.
KP, take it.
No, it's you. I'm not on the AgFA website.
Oh.
No spoiler. So
Damn.
this is this is Anomaly's first entrance into the Sedaris universe, Andy Sedaris universe. So last week we did the thing where we showed the trailer to kind of give you an idea of what we're talking about. I can do that again.
Yes.
I hope. We'll see, because I have technology challenges, but we're going to try it. If not, we're going to act it out on screen. Ready? Here we go. Let's see how this goes.
This is Savage Beach. In Hard Ticket to Hawaii, undercover federal agents Donna Hamilton and Taryn Kendall save the country from drug smugglers. In Picasso Trigger, they save the world from the brutal hand of an international assassin. In Savage Beach, they are the targets for murder. This time, they'd better save themselves.
Good idea.
Crash land into the center of a search for a ton of gold. Where there's gold, there's greed, and murder rules the land. A paradise haunted by a mysterious presence. Take cover. This is no ordinary day in the sun. Terror reigns on the shores of Savage Beach.
That's right. It's Savage Beach. In true Anomaly style, we started in the middle of the series.
Yeah. Well, no. Okay, this works though because this is like the last one. So
yeah,
I'll go into that. I have opinions.
All right. So, as you no doubt ascertained by that trailer, it was. How do we jump into it? So there's a series of films that came before this that kind of center around.
Is it these DE agents? So here's my. I was like, I can ask questions because like I haven't watched. This is my first one.
Fantastic.
So I'm like, it sounds like based on the trailer, right? Like we follow these agents, and it's like, is it just the two of them, or is it like their group? Because like in the beginning, right, there's a group of girls.
I have many things. So here it is. So this is there is a series that the larger series, which is like 12 movies, is called the Lethal Ladies series. Lethal stands for something. I don't remember. It's like something inharmonious. It's something, right? So there's this idea that there is an agency. This is a part of like the first chunk of stuff, which has Donna and Taryn, who are our first characters. Though also theoretically, there's a movie before, called Malibu Express, and that's when Andy Sedaris thought he wanted to have a male lead. No, he doesn't. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want that. So the next film he did. So oddly enough, that guy is an Abilene, and there is an Abilene in each of these upcoming films. I love the Abilene, and they're all brothers.
Oh, because I was gonna ask. I'm like, are they all Charlies? Basically, then is it like a code name or like a?
No, they're actual brothers.
Is it the same actor?
No, I think they're brothers because they didn't get the same actor at any time.
Okay.
But so Hard Ticket to Hawaii is the second film, and this is when Andy Sedaris perfected his whole process. It really is the best one, and that's when we meet Donna and Taryn. Donna, as we know, is already an agent, and she's a pilot, and she's so cool, and she's like, and then Taryn is in witness protection because she's kind of a criminal. So that's why, like, at the end of all of these, she's like, but I'm still a civilian, so she can get away with taking things at the end because she's a civilian.
Going to ask questions about that because I was so confused. I'm like, you're agents of why?
I don't, because she acts like she works for these people for the next two films after Hard Ticket to Hawaii, but I guess like she never did the paperwork. I don't know how this works. So we have those two. Then we and then we have an Abilene who they're just brothers and they're not really good at shooting stuff. This doesn't come up as much in Savage Beach as it does the previous two, where the Abilene brothers cannot shoot anything with accuracy smaller than a bazooka. It's adorable.
Smaller than a bazooka.
Yeah,
okay.
That size they can kind of aim. The rest they're not, and they're there to like let the ladies do their thing, which I like.
Provide them with weapons, and here is your mission, and then they just are loyally waiting.
This has the least active of the Abilenes, but that was never going to affect Donna and Taryn anyway because they know what they're doing. It's like a big sister, little sister, and yes, they do always have meetings in hot tubs. This isn't just a Savage Beach thing. They do their best planning and relaxing naked in hot tubs. That's just what the Andy Sedaris-verse is about.
Consensual boobs.
Consensual boobs. That's the best part. I'm too far ahead, but why I like these early Andy Sedaris films
let's
is
talk about that.
Yeah, he you can very much clearly see he's a man who knows what he likes. Yeah. And I love it because his wife produced these all, so she's fully on board of like, listen, he likes boobs. He likes butts. He likes hot bods on the beach, smashed together, but like in a Skinamax way, classy. He also likes international intrigue. He loves planes and boats, sometimes remote-controlled ones. And he likes everyone at the end in a dress or a tux, and they're always having drinks, and they always pair off at the end, and they have more sexy times. They work hard and they play hard. And it's all just so silly, and you can't take it anything serious. It's like putting Barbies and Kens together on the beach with guns.
100% that is what it is, I think. It's Barbie and Ken on the beach. It's the back of a 16-year-old's notebook.
Yeah, like, they're Abilene enough.
Oh, boy.
Thank you for allowing me. I have many Andy Sedaris thoughts, and particularly, again, Savage Beach is the last of the Donna and Taryn films. Donna's in a couple more, but I really feel like that was that's the golden age. I think I'll talk about the sequel later, but these were I think playmates, but they both had charm on screen, and like you could tell their characters apart, which you can't always in later films. And they have like there's a chemistry. You get all these characters. They're fun. They're cute. They each have their thing.
And I think that's really what it is that the Lethal Ladies series, there is the chemistry there. There is kind of I'm not going to say the later ones turn into self-parody, but they get a little bit more formulaic. He plays the hits. It's like going to see the Rolling Stones this summer,
Yeah. Whereas like, I want to hang out with Donna and Taryn. They look fun.
Also, their whole little gang there, that whole little group. I was when they first do the drug bust.
Rocky and Patty Cakes, I love them.
Yeah, they just go in, seduce the men, and I absolutely lost my mind when Donna walks into the office and like shows.
Oh my god!
Badge, like, there's my badge, and he's like, "Here's my shotgun." It's nonsense. So, immediately from that point, I was like, I'm hooked.
Yeah. Yeah,
I was
that-
going to
that-
ask if that's the moment you bought
Mwah.
in. When
Yeah. Because I was like, they're capable.
Yeah.
You immediately understand like what the writing level is going to be, right?
Yep.
There will be a lot of corny jokes. So it's like, yeah, I'm here.
We're all here to have a good time, everybody.
Yep.
Even if this one, literally, this is the most serious of the 3 Donna and Taryn films. This is the serious Sedaris, where he's dealing with issues like war crimes and being stuck on an island for 40 years, and I guess trauma in the most Sedaris way he can. That was an odd choice, but I can see him going, nah, I gotta do issues now, but also, please, hot tub, please.
Yeah, it's
Please.
the 4th one. We have to say something, but
we
yeah,
have
we're
to
not
say
going to get away from hot tub. We're not going to get away from the sexy sax. We're not going to get away from the cornerstones of this series.
Yeah.
The looking for any reason to take our clothes off.
Yeah.
And like just when they were I was laughing because I was like, okay, I'm understanding the pattern here. But when they were in the plane and then just had to take their clothes off, I was like, okay. Mhm,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
'Cause
then
you're like,
everything after that was not a surprise.
Yeah,
you're like, oh well, they're in a plane flying, and obviously we're gonna have a. Oh no, there you go. They're in wet
There it is.
clothes. They have to
Like,
get into dry
auto-
clothes.
Yeah.
I don't know much about planes, but and you know what? He probably knows more about that because it sounds like he just typed up the encyclopedia, like looked up what airplanes and airplane
parts.
words, and then just
Put 'em in.
and just cut all those words in and just wrote a very long discussion, like between the two of them in that plane. But I'm like, I don't think autopilot works like that. Like, one of you needs to be steering the plane.
Yeah.
Donna's that good a pilot. What I like about this film is it does that thing I kind of like in some action films where you have like a little mini action film. Like that beginning really has nothing to do with the movie, but just showing you like, oh, these are these characters. This is what they do, and then the big plot, which I like. I like to being eased into the plot.
Yeah.
Who are these people? Remind me again. Ah, yes.
Or
Now
somebody
what?
is having you watch this for the first time and you have no idea who these girls are.
It sets the tone exactly.
Yep.
Because KP, would you say you had a pretty good you figured out Donna and Taryn pretty quickly?
Yeah, between like the here's my badge and here's my shotgun and that whole bit, and then they're getting away, and she's like, I'm not just a pretty face, and then she blows up the truck. Like you immediately between like those two things understand who they are.
I love it. I'm trying to think if I can kind of explain the main plot thing. This is like maybe the 3rd time I've seen this. So I'm just going to try to explain like the actual plot, like what's happening. And then maybe this will help.
Because there's like an A plot, a B plot, a C plot, and a D plot, which is way more plots than this movie needs.
And there's like, twist, double twist.
Yeah.
But okay, so like the core of it is, so in World War II, yes, this goes back to World War II.
This is the part that is bonkers to me.
Right.
This is
Yeah.
where it goes.
So gold was stolen from the Philippines towards the end of the war. Like there was a contingent of, I think specifically it was like one Japanese general who was like, we're going to take this gold. And I don't know if he was for him or for the country. Because I think the idea was it was supposed to help fund the military post-war. But who knows with all the double crosses, right? So we have this idea. There's this gold, right? And you have there's a general dying on the bed. And he's saying that like I sent off the one soldier who's very gung ho and like believes in the system, and he and the other soldiers were going to take this gold and go back to Japan, but instead they get just smashed up against one of these many thousands of little islands, right? So then they have to live on this island, and they've buried this gold. So the biggest thing is now people know about the gold, and several parties know about the gold. And they're trying to find it in like this area. I think it's the Marshall Islands, where it's just all these tiny little islands that aren't like really, at least at the time, known.
Distinguishable. And
yeah. So you have like American government. I'm trying to figure out if the military was trying to get it for themselves or what. We have like the Martinez, who says that he is from the Philippines and he is a government official and he wants the U.S. government to help him get that gold back. Then you have what turns out to be a CIA agent who tricks his way into being an army guy to be a part of this mission. Then you have what turns out that Martinez actually is a revolutionary with his hot girlfriend, Angelica, and they want that money with their mercenary friends, including Al Young. We'll get into that. They're actually going to take that gold somewhere else. But then Donna and Taryn completely accidentally, by taking medicine to these kids during a storm, end up crashing on that island too.
Island.
The very island that everyone's been looking for. There's like a giant floppy disks full of information that are part of it. Like they have to copy.
Comically large.
Yeah.
Can I tell you how excited I got when I saw that?
Yeah.
Like, oh, we gotta take this
gotta
out.
take
And
it.
it's like,
Yeah.
okay.
So there's crosses and crisscrosses, and Martinez blows up a computer guy who copied the floppies. Like that's how crisscrossy
Hold
is.
on.
But
And it's
they all end up on this
quote
island.
where he says, "Have a blast." Was that
Have
the
a
guy?
blast!
Yep.
I was like,
No.
oh,
He said, "Have a blast," and then he said, and as he's in the car saying,
Yes!
"Don't
Yes!
spend it all in one piece," and
Piece.
then he loudly cackles.
yeah.
And
I
it's
was like,
just-
Martinez, that doesn't even
Not
track,
even
buddy.
the same. Not even the same.
but he still did it just for himself because there
Right.
was no one else there.
yeah, he needed to know. He needed
Yeah.
that joy.
He's like, good job, buddy.
Recounting
job.
it
Now-
back to his girlfriend later. Like,
Yeah. You know what I like? I like revolutionaries who are also hot on revolution that they just can't stay away from each other. We'll take this
Oh,
back
yeah.
to our brothers and sisters. Blah, blah, blah.
I
Between
love
the
that
sex
mental
scene where
image,
they-
JP.
oh yeah, where they literally cannot control themselves in the backseat of that car.
Oh my god, the
And
driver look.
He's like, "This again? I just can't afford a partition limo." Like Beyonce, like that song. No, can't afford that. Just misery. Just
We-
they're at it again.
There.
We were watching it, and Kara looks up and goes, "Wait, are they in a taxi? Like, is that? Do they know
That's-
that driver?" I was like, "Indeed, they do know that driver."
That's right. That's how strongly
Happy
their
night.
belief. Well, Angelica's beliefs are at least.
Yep.
Yeah. She just is hot for the revolution, and as like everybody in this film has impeccable fashion taste. Oh my god, her like
Yeah,
That
that's
is
rough.
Lena
Yeah.
inspired.
Yeah.
Outfit.
And
Oh.
like the prototype for half of the women in professional wrestling these days. If you look, it's
yeah.
the exact same outfit that like
Like
men-
it's like the leather halter, the leggings, and then the crop jacket over, and then it has all the silver studs. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
yeah, it's women's creator wrestler 1.
Oh, it was so like that's like a chunk of the beginning is all the plot it takes to get us on the island. The island's the important part. Oh wait, but I forgot. Okay,
forgot.
so the Japanese soldiers, they crashed on the island, correct? But only one is still alive 40, 50 years later. No, he's not a zombie. That's old age makeup, but it's still like a 20-year-old actor, maybe 30, in like crepe. But he's
Yeah.
supposed to be the elderly soldier who's been stuck here.
Well,
And he's
it's
dealing
something-
with like his
And he just
issues.
walks around with this sword
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had to kill like young soldiers once. That disillusioned him, and that's been weighing on him. The other two soldiers, they couldn't take it. One walked into the sea, the other took his own life. He has remained, hoping maybe someday he can have redemption, but only if events converge on this island. And what are the chances of that?
So I was trying to piece together if this was like a retelling of the soldier they found in the 70s that didn't know the war had ended because he was stranded on a beach somewhere.
Oh.
I feel like do you guys do you know the story?
Well, I've always heard of it as like a legend. I don't know. I never heard of it as an actual thing. Just something that has been in B movies before.
Yeah, it was a guy, and they found him in 1974 on a island off Indonesia, and he didn't realize the war had ended, and it was 1974.
Oh
So-
God, that's horrific.
So I'm
30
wondering,
years later.
30 years
Yeah.
later. So
Oh,
it feels like that's kind of the story they're kind of pulling from.
yeah.
Is
That's
that he
gotta
just
be
got
then,
stranded
yeah.
and had no idea, and then but the crepe makeup isn't helped by the fact that he puts the war paint on, and then ends up
It's-
looking like a Romero zombie.
Yeah, it's just so weird. I think the first time I watched it, I thought like, oh, is he sick? Oh no, I think he's just supposed to be older. He's just
Yeah,
supposed to be
yeah.
older.
The hair, it doesn't really is not salt and
No.
pepper, and then the cheapest clothes.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
the hair reminded me of they had that hair change stuff that was just a spray for Halloween. It's
That's
like it's
exactly-
stiff as hell.
yeah. It's hairspray with baby powder in it. Yeah,
Yeah. Though, look at he's given his performance. Like when he's allowed, when his dying moment is beautiful.
Yeah,
He-
we get a
he's-
whole monologue.
Yeah.
Not to short his performance, I think he was
Yeah.
maybe the best performance in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, not,
He had
not
to be the
shortchange-
pathos.
Yeah, not to shortchange our leads, but
No. So they're all on the island through various means. Donna and Taryn crash.
land.
The American military and the and Martinez still lying and saying he's from the government. On a
Are
I
all
think
looking for the
they
gold.
fly too, and then there's a boat full of the with Angelica and the mercenaries, who obviously you can trust. Don't
Right.
have to worry about trusting
Very
mercenaries.
Right.
Those two guys killed me when they were just roundhouse kicking nonstop in that hotel fight scene where it was just a roundhouse kick, a roundhouse kick, a roundhouse kick. I'm like,
What I loved is, so one of those guys is Al Young, who's a known kid, right? So I'm like, listen, say you're in your hotel room, right? And room service shows up, and that guy's one of the room service guys with that ponytail. You tell me you're not suspicious? Come on.
One of the coolest heavies from 80s and 90s action movies.
Because he just exudes like, oh, this guy's about to fuck some shit up. That's just a natural like style he has, and they use it so well. So I'm like, these security guys not so good. They deserved all the roundhouse kicks, every single one of them.
my brain when I had it on, I didn't see that he was going to grab like a baton. I was like, is he going to grab a banana to attack them? Because the food also that was really funny. It was like bananas, apples, oranges, and Budweiser. I
didn't even notice. That's great, because it was probably from the table offset.
It's the crafty table.
Like, let's just doctor this up a little bit. I'm like, what is happening?
Classically, when you run out of grapes, you put the Budweiser there. That's usually how it
and
goes
it's like
with crafty.
sprinkled in like somebody really tried to like put the bouquet, like do some real good work there. Presentation.
I like that. It speaks a lot of the set. Look, we had fruit and Budweiser. Have fun.
I'm here to tell you, if anybody wants to get me an edible arrangements of apple, oranges, bananas, and bud, I will happily take it.
Oh God, no! It was so like when like a fourth level character, you have some great character actors. You're in for a good time, you know. And I just love it. And then so that last part of the film is just like who's has the the head of the like not head, but like who's got the gun, who's being tied up. Oh no, now I flipped it on you. Oh no. Great stuff.
That was really
her name was
thing.
Angelica. Rip.
Oh my God. That
Down
like, are you talking
glory?
Oh, she's like, I've come, and then Martinez is like, ha ha, stupid American military. This is me and my revolutionary babe, and we're about to, and they embrace. But guess what? Turns out you can't trust mercenaries. And they shoot her in the back as Martinez holds her, cradling her body. But bam! Oh.
Like they were in a completely different movie. Like, I know we were saying plot A, B, and C, but like this is very like Donna and Taryn feels a little bit like Big Trouble in Little China. Not that they are, that level of doofuses, because they're much more capable than that. But it's just like they have completely stumbled into this completely
other thing.
Where they're just like, we like fun in the sun, and they're like these revolutionaries fighting for their country.
There's decades old like war crime shit. There's revolutionaries and crisscross, and they're like, hey, we just brought like some meds to some kids, and then we were gonna go back to the hot tub.
Oh yeah, they were like, we're just, and like they're so good humored about crashing on that like island.
They were fine
when she's getting the coconut, and they're like, dinner.
They had snorkeling gear. They basically were spearfishing fish on the first night. They were ready.
Real bummed about that chicken, but other than that.
Oh yeah, that was rough.
Yeah. But that just cracked me up.
So that was great. So it's like, this tragic moment. And then I can't tell. Here's the thing. This is a good question. Do you think he was always going to double cross? Or once Angelica was dead, he's like, I have no more beliefs. Now the gold is for me.
I think he was always going to double cross. That's where I'm at.
But Angelica was a true believer.
And the slick back hair just had villain all over him.
Right.
Unfortunately.
So I said at that point, okay, so You have the military is going off. You have Martinez is like, I have the gold. You have the mercenaries, so like, this is mine. You have Donna Taryn, like, oh my god. And then you have the warrior, who is for some reason very interested in Taryn. I'll give the movie this. They mention, Taryn says as they're like in the plane, her and Donna, like, oh yeah, my grandfather was lost in the Pacific during World War II, right? Now, do you think that soldier that the word killed is supposed to be her grandfather? I appreciate that they didn't try to tighten it too much.
Yeah.
Because I was like, is it because she has great eyes?
Yeah, because they like focus in on the eyes.
Yeah.
And then he looks at the picture.
Yeah, because he's basically like the what's given is like, oh, he decides he's gonna help Taryn because of those eyes, because he can't kill those eyes again, you know? Which is fascinating.
Like killing no more Americans. It's too much.
Yeah. No, if you had brown eyes, gone.
Correct.
But luckily she had those like gray blue eyes. So
right. If the recessive gene had not won out.
See, being blonde and blue eyed is good shit, I guess.
It's another win for the Punnett squares.
Yeah, but that was an interesting like extra little like. That's the only reason why he's helping Donna and Taryn. Yeah. Though I love this. So at one point, Donna and Taryn are tied up, right? And you're like, oh no, it's gonna happen. So that's when the warrior comes and he's gonna cut Taryn's like ropes. Donna's already gotten her hands free with a gun. I like that the movie's like even showing that he's helping. They didn't need it. Donna had it well in hand, but she let Taryn and the warrior have a moment. Yeah. He's like, why didn't you shoot him? Well, I just wanted to see how it went, where it went.
He pops up to when Bruce is like trying to lay it on thick with her. And he's like,
oh my god, the CIA
friends. Yeah, she's like, we could be friends, and then the warrior just shows up, and he's like, who is that?
Instant, because I love Taryn's. Taryn sees this guy, this like military guy who turns out to be CIA, and she's already like, I mean, like. He's pretty hot, like maybe late. Like I love it, but I love when the warrior shows up and he's like, "Not with my daughter." That energy, I was like, "Oh my god, they've known each other for 2 days and already." And she's like, "That's my guy." I'm like, "That's right."
She literally, that's my guy.
Yeah, she's fine with it. She's like, "You know what? I'm pretty safe on this island right now. I don't know about the rest of you."
This is what's amazing about the two of them is they know like there's nothing that's going to touch them, so they're just kind of traipsing through like it's mercenary land, like it's just the world's most fun theme park.
Yep. Yeah, it was good. Oh god, so you have them. They meet up with the military guys, and they kind of like come to a détente because they're like, "Hey, we're DEA agents anyway, so what are you doing here?"
So they make plans to like get to business and then have some after-hour stuff afterwards.
Like listen. Again, Taryn, little sister energy all the way. Okay, but when we're done, he's cute. Okay, Donna? And I just think, which I love. Okay, so Martinez goes back for the gold, which has been buried in a box, right? I love that they show that it's heavy.
Yeah.
Like, it reminds you of how much weight those bars would be. And see, he's trying to escape. Then one of the mercenaries shows up.
Mm-hmm. Not El.
And
it's the other guy.
Yeah, it's the other guy, because we're not wasting El Young yet, please. Right? Because then, like, Taryn takes care of him, but then she has the crossbow with what we've been told is an explosive tip arrow. Right? Because Taryn and explosions go together, and it's been set up. Thank you, movie. So she's, like, pointing it at Martinez, and she shoots off one and, like, shoots off at a coconut tree, just to let us know it works. But he's like, oh no, so she's trying to recharge, like reset the arrow. He's taking the goal and he's going to this like rowboat. And then we see, oh no, he tips over a gas can. He doesn't see it at first. So he's putting everything and she's reloading it and glug, 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 glug. He gets off into the water. And one of my favorite double takes ever, she shoots the arrow and it hits. He looks down, looks up, goes, oh shit, like his eyes go, oh no, he goes, boom, boom, and then it blows up. It was perfect. It was like, mwah, mwah.
And they really do set it up because at the beginning when
Yeah.
Abilene's explaining each of the
Yeah,
weapons, he's like,
exactly.
Donna, you get the overpowered gun.
Yeah, she's like, of
and then
course I
she
do.
gets the baby crossbow, but it's only one at a time,
Yeah.
and then you have 3 seconds before it explodes.
Yes.
So it lets that beat breathe a little bit
Yeah.
there.
And
Yeah,
I
the
think
movie
that's why
tells
we get
us.
the double take. I think that's why
Yep.
we get the double take. Is it's so rare to get the double Chekhov.
It
Like,
was,
even he
it was a
registers.
mwah.
It's like, oh, it's
So-
the crossbow bolt and the gas. Oh shit, yeah,
Yeah.
no, this is gonna be a problem.
Okay, so of course
Chekhov
Martinez
thing.
is dead, and we'll never see him again, so we don't have
Rip.
to worry about this.
Nope, never ever.
Never
Not
ever again. Never. But we still have the one top mercenary, and we still have we have the warriors out there, and Don and Taryn are out there, and we have like a final confrontation. So I'm like, how's this gonna go?
Yeah.
Mwah, is how it goes.
Absolutely.
Because as this fight's going on, all of a sudden, thunk. Machete? Is it supposed to be a sword? I forget.
sword, I think it
Through
was,
the
yeah.
henchman's back, out, like,
Oh, was that the one that he had on his
Yeah, it
back
was like
of
the
his
katana
shirt?
on the back that he.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I thought, oh, he's gonna fight. Oh no, he just chucks it because he's like, oh no, you're not getting near my girl.
Yeah, he
No.
launched it like a lawn dart.
But that's after he because he gets up at him, right?
Right.
Right.
Well,
so then
like,
he gets
stealth
his...
was not his strong suit,
No.
right? Because
Well-
he literally just is that where he just starts running at him?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
just out in the open,
Yep.
just
Mhm.
ready and go, and then what they hurt each
Because
other.
he gets because he
right?
gets his throat cut. Like
Right.
he is, but not so bad that he can't gently lay his head on Taryn's lap and then give us about a 5-minute breakdown of what happened in Japanese, which thank God one of the American military can translate.
It worked out well for all of us.
Yeah. So we
Yep.
that's when we get the backstory of like when I was here with the 2 other soldiers. We killed these like 2. The assumption is American soldiers who washed up, but they felt guilty because they were still all in there, like all for the this is all for the cause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then that's why he has been weighed down by guilt. But now he's been able to put that down because of Taryn. Thank you. And I was like, oh, look at this. But like literally it's a good performance and the actress who plays Taryn is like kind of giving it, like she's kind of like losing. I thought, wow, it's a little bit of emotion.
I feel like he raised Taryn's game in that. Like it was
Yeah.
all because it was really for this movie very artfully done.
Yeah, I feel like we have to add for this movie in front of everything, but yes.
You don't
Yes.
you don't often see performances like this in movies
Yeah.
where 30% of the movie is topless women. So like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I was like, oh, it was very much, I think, Sedaris stretching a little and trying to tell an emotional story while also
Yeah.
still ending with everyone in like dresses and suits with drinks in their hand.
Yeah.
Talking about
Where did all that gold go? We were missing some of it.
Exactly. I'm a
Civilian.
civilian. According
So,
to maritime law, she's studying on the side.
Oh, yeah.
She knows. She
In
knows.
her, yeah, she does it. And I know Hard Ticket to Hawaii, there's diamonds, and some of them go missing. I'm a civilian. Like the same beat.
Mhm.
Oh, and then we can't forget the part though. So then Bruce, the CIA agent, right? Because
Oh, yes.
is it the naval like officer plans to steal the gold, and
Yep.
so like Bruce is there to literally stop him from stealing it.
Yeah, but then is literally dating Taryn, and then Bruce, and then the guy they're all there, and they're all gonna dance.
Why
He's
not?
gonna hang out with Rocky and Patty Case. Well, I didn't get that gold, but hey, ladies, like
Yeah.
that's
I'll
the
take
energy
silver
at the end.
medal, wink. Yeah.
Oh god, that whole part where Abilene and Donna are talking about the weapons, and it's just one innuendo after another.
Oh.
I just
Mwah,
So
mwah. Like James Bond, who what a wuss. Listen,
my
they're serious about this.
what about the part and I guess more innuendos when Abilene like gets the call and she's like, "Oh, are you gonna put it on?" He's like, "I'm sorry, I have to go." And she's, "Oh, you're gonna put it on ice?" He's like, "Use it or lose it." I just
Yeah.
It's like 25% of every conversation in this movie.
Yeah.
I love that
It's
that's the
great.
intro to Abilene too. That's his first
Yeah,
5
that
minutes. in the
sums it up.
movie. It's just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Just gorgeous hair and then his
Look
little
at-
aviators.
The
Mhm.
the Abilenes are just like a proud family of himbos. And again, as a compliment, they know what their strengths are and they
A
use them.
gaggle of himbos.
It's like every like all the sons. You think one? No, all of them.
No, they're all dopes. All total dopes.
But like sweet. I'm like, oh, you feel, oh good. I'll come back later and take care of you, honey. That's what the Abilenes are. I'm gonna
Right.
go kick some ass. You stay here. I'll be back.
You be
You stay
pretty at
here.
home.
Yeah.
I'll bring home the
Yeah.
bacon.
And the movies are like,
cute, maybe make a
absolutely.
cool weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Andy Sedaris loves a strong woman. If nothing else in these films,
Yeah.
he loves a lady with like a gun and determination.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. One thing this movie does not have that is in most Andy Sedaris films is there's not one remote control vehicle.
And it's so disappointing.
Yeah.
Although
Now
I
there is a
suppose it would be
model
different.
plane that they filmed, but it's supposed to
Right.
be a real plane.
That's
So
yeah,
that doesn't count.
that counts against the stock footage and model plane obsession that comes
So
up in the
for-
Sedaris movies too.
Like model, like are they small? Or like does he, like, from a spy perspective, that's why I'm asking, is it like
They're like used as like RC planes have been used as weapons. He's had vehicles take an explosive. They just come
Right.
up a lot in his films as
Okay.
a tool that the lethal ladies have to, do their thing.
okay.
A lot. Like they
Because
come up a
again-
lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause
like
again-
they will use them more than once in a movie?
Yeah, he's got them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
If he's got 'em.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like picturing them like going places to for the mission prep. What
Yes,
RC
talking
vehicles
about-
are we going to need
Yeah.
potentially? Okay,
They
let's
go to
get
the warehouse.
3 planes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
a jeep. You know,
Warehouse looks like the old
sports
Radio
cars.
Shack at Christmas.
Oh,
yeah.
amazing. And then so the one thing I was worried about when like the movie started, if there wasn't a theme song, right? Hard
Right.
Ticket to Hawaii. One starts with an awesome credit sequence where it's like all the boxes and crates in this warehouse have the names, like have the credits like on them, like stenciled. Gorgeous. And it has a kick-ass banger, Hard Ticket to Hawaii. So I was worried.
Yeah,
It turns out there is a theme song. This is just more at the end.
you did catch it in the trailer. At the beginning, they
Yeah.
played that in the trailer.
Yeah, because it's about like it doesn't say Savage Beach, but it's like
No.
return to something. I was like, okay, they're being a little more casual, but I
Yeah.
like a good theme song that talks about the movie. Explain the
Yeah.
movie to me, theme song.
And it's that nice late 80s power pop rock,
Yeah.
you know.
Do you know what's great? In Return to Savage Beach, there is a theme song in the beginning done
Right out
straight up Bond style.
right out the gate.
Right out the gate. He knew.
Yeah. It's
So
the
how
one
much-
thing he missed in this one.
So how much later was Return to Savage Beach?
Okay. Savage Beach is
Tell me as well.
1989. Return to Savage Beach is 1998. So
Oh, those are like different times.
like it is.
Like-
Shall
totally different
I
track.
explain it?
Please do.
yeah, please tell me
Yeah.
more.
So also what's interesting here is this shows the difference between like early Sedaris and later Sedaris. One, Donna is also gone. So Donna and Taryn are gone. It's sad. This movie is fine, but it's too many characters and they're all the same. Like all the ladies are basically the same lady with different hairstyles. All the dudes are the same dude but with different hairstyles. And there's too many of them. There's like 2 couples plus the head of it, who's Julie Strain, who people from the 90s and the internet might remember. But she also has like a villain from the movie before this who comes back, and they're also a couple because of course, right? So there's
Did this come out around the same time as Heavy Metal 2? Because that was the other big Julie Strain late 90s
Well, do you want to hear something fun?
situation. Tell me.
Okay, do you know who she was married to at this time of this movie?
I do, but please share.
Kevin Eastman, the co-creator of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Do you know who's in this movie a little bit?
Is it
Kevin Eastman, co-creator of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Amazing.
As a character called, what's his name? DJ Cat?
He said, I'll
Awesome.
be in this movie, but
Yeah.
I must pick my own name.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I think they just went to Hawaii and hung out a bit, though she was in a couple of the movies. So it's a little different now. So now they're using the lethal ladies. So it's like more of a controlled government agency. Julie Strain's kind of like the head of it, though being the head of it mostly involves drinking cocktails and taking phone calls in Hawaii.
Sounds
But
right.
it also takes place in Texas and like Beverly Hills, so you don't have the same like tropical aesthetic the whole time. But this is the most important part. Martinez is alive with a Phantom of the half mask.
No.
It's the same actor. He's been in a couple of the films. His name is his name here is Rodrigo Martinez, and the actor's name is like Rodrigo Oberon. So it's at that level. But he's here and he's back.
Is he not always Rodrigo in these movies?
I think so. I think I don't even know if they say Martinez's like first name in that film, but I think they credit him as Rodrigo.
Well, the guy that was Bruce in Savage Beach,
he's been in a couple.
Bruce, but his name is Bruce.
Oh yeah,
so
I mean that makes sense.
Maybe it's just
easier that way.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this. I didn't realize Buff Bagwell was in it.
Is he the bad guy turned good guy wrestler looking dude with the short hair?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Hey, do you want to see him in a sex scene with Julie Strain?
Sure
under a waterfall? Because you're gonna see it.
Under a waterfall. Is there a saxophone?
No, here's the thing. And this breaks my heart to say about an Andy Sedaris film. By the time we're returned to Savage Beach, it's like the sex scenes are too many. Again, this is gonna sound weird for a Sedaris film, but they feel at this point like rote. Like, okay, so each of the couples have to have at least two sex scenes, and they're kind of boring. Instead of just like, it sounds weird, but early Sedaris, like it's not part of the story, but it's part of the flow. No, they're gonna have some fun and then they're gonna go on a mission. Where this feels like it started with those scenes and then he tried to build a plot around it, and it just stops the movie every time, which is just sad.
It looks like it was made for Cinemax, so maybe that speaks to it.
It might be, and I think that might be also that it loses some of that aesthetic. Like it doesn't have that kind of like there's almost like a gauzy tropical Hawaiian-ness to some of his early films, where this one has kind of a harsher lighting, and again, some of it is in like Beverly Hills, Los Angeles, and sometimes it's in Texas, which just feels wrong. But yeah. So it's just, I mean, it's fine. They do mention Donna and Taryn several times as if to bring them back, and in a fun nod when they're all in the office, there is what has to be the actual shooting model of their plane just hanging on the ceiling, and they're like, oh yeah, that's in honor of Donna and Taryn. They don't explain why they would have a small version of that cargo plane, but I think it was probably in a warehouse somewhere and they put it on there.
Why not hang it up? What are you gonna do? You got to make sure the Malachi Express is in there.
And for the twist, okay, so Martinez, right? They're like, okay, and they all converge, all 3 ladies, 3 guys, maybe somebody else. There's too many characters. Anyway.
Yeah, it's a lot.
They all converge here. Yeah, they all converge at the hotel. And at first he's like, no, I was blown up, but I was able to stay on the beach and I nursed myself back to health, and I fixed the plane and I flew home, and I realized the error of my ways. And I decided what I really want to do is, there's apparently more gold there in the exact same box with the flag, which is weird. But anyway, he's like, I need to go find it and just give it back to the Philippines. And now instead of a big floppy disk, there's diskettes, but it's the same deal. It's great. It's great. But he's like, I have to. But then it turns out
they just updated the technology.
They're like, we don't believe you. Wait a second. They ran it's like someone went and ran his prints, and they come back and they start like ripping off this little tag on his neck. It turns out it was an elaborate latex mask, and instead it was his nephew Carlos, who we've never met and never seen, and apparently had several sex scenes where he was wearing this latex mask the entire time, if we're following the story. But triple twist at the very end, when they're all in their dresses and they're all drinking their drinks and excited, the real Martinez shows up. He did live.
No.
But he has a little scar symbol mask.
No.
Yeah. The best part is the nephew tells the whole story of like what happened on Savage Beach. Except for he's the nephew, not Martinez. So I don't know how he knows and can show scenes from the previous film.
Yeah.
Including like when he's holding the gold bars, when Angelica's dead.
Yeah.
Like he tells it like it happened to him. Why would you tell your anyway? Martinez is dead, alive, dead, but also alive.
There's 10 years in between. He just went and rented it. He just went down to Blockbuster. Like, you gotta hear about this crazy movie.
I think Martinez is a good guy at the end. Who knows?
we'll never
Anyway,
know.
that's the story of Return to Savage Beach, everybody. Thank you.
Best not to ask a lot of questions, it sounds like.
Yeah, it doesn't have the same fun.
Turned out to be Sedaris' last film.
Yeah,
Well, it
yeah.
was.
Yeah.
It's I mean, like, it's not crap. It's just like once
No.
I watched Savage Beach and then I watched this right after, and that difference is pretty stark.
It sounds like plus 10 years of making all of his films just very similar.
More or less, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's
you know,
yeah.
I guess unless you grow with the times too. I mean,
Yeah.
like, I guess as you get like late into the mid to late 90s, right? That just
Yeah.
kind of falls out of fashion.
It feels so 90s, and it is hard for me to verbalize why it feels so like early 90s. Just like the aesthetics, the fashion, it gets a little like harsher. Again, it's a Sedaris film, so it's not mean, but it doesn't have that goofiness.
Because
there's not a pun. I don't think there's any puns in this one.
No, they're doing. I mean, if you look at the time frame, Sedaris movies are just on regular TV, and David Hasselhoff is in them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So there's really no differentiation except for the amount of clothing worn.
Ooh, another thing to blame Baywatch for.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, when was Baywatch? It was like mid to late 90s, right?
Yeah,
right in that wheelhouse. It was like 96 to 2000 or somewhere in that ballpark, I want to say.
You all can thank Andy Sedaris for paving the way for Baywatch.
If we're being honest, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Andy Sedaris is the building block that Baywatch came off of. If you watch Baywatch What Night, there's not much difference between that and a Sedaris movie.
Baywatch Nights. they added supernatural stuff. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. It's the haunted. It's the AU apparently of Baywatch. They're like the Scooby Gang apparently.
But it's still Hasselhoff and his character. It's just like he's also a PI who's
a PI.
Yeah, but like vampires exist at night in Baywatch.
So does he believe it's real? I have so many questions.
It's in universe, yeah. So there are real vampires, but initially it was supposed to be Baywatch Nights. This is
wait.
No, this is good. This is good stuff. This is good
real.
Stuff.
This is a thing that existed. So it ran for 2 seasons, and at first I want to say the first season was more on the level like Mitch Buchanan is a private eye and he's trying to investigate. It's basically like he tried to do Miami Vice's Baywatch, but it didn't stick. So it evolved into Mitch Buchanan as Kolchak the Night Stalker.
Yeah, X-Files happened is what happened, and they're like, "Who got X-Files money?"
He couldn't do Magnum PI, so he tried to pivot to X-Files.
I was like, "This already exists. It's called Forever Night. It's Canadian."
Right, but I mean, Baywatch Night's sexier than Forever Night.
Okay, I guess we're just gonna have to fight because I don't think either are sexy.
No,
one's more fun.
Well,
yeah.
I think it goes back to, which is like, I guess if this is part of it, like if you like this, watch type thing, like that segment. And for me, it was like that DOA Dead or Alive movie that we talked about many moons ago, where that movie doesn't have the nudity, but it has that feeling of like trying to be sexy, and it's just not.
Right.
Like it kind of gets to that point where it's like
it's exactly that. Yes.
Yeah.
It is 100% that. And Sedaris movies kind of hit that point too, where it is like I said at the beginning, it is the 15-year-old's ideal of what the sexy thing would be. It's explosions and
it is. You know, that's an interesting way to put it. Because like, especially as early films, there's sex in it, but I wouldn't call them sexy. It's just like, oh, ha ha ha, look at them. And not in a bad way.
Like playing with the Ken and Barbie dolls.
Yeah, but in an adorable way. I'm like, oh, I want them happy. Look at that. Donna did so much. If she needs an Abilene every movie, she deserves an Abilene.
Give her as many as she wants.
Yeah, she is so busy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. Go ahead. Take as many as you want.
Yeah. Donna single-handedly keeping this part of the world safe. Thank you. Yeah, a salute. Oh God. Oh, what's the word I say? I think they basically have Don and Taryn basically have the same uniform for all the films, and it's the khaki vest, the short khaki shorts, and then those like little kicky white boots.
The little cowboy boots.
I love them.
Cowboy boots that took me out because I could understand, right, like the sexification of the
Yeah.
little, the tan outfit.
Yeah.
I got that.
Yeah.
But when I saw her running away, it didn't hit me until like they were running in the jungle with the
Yeah.
tan boots, the tan cowboy boots that I did a double take.
Especially after they'd taken their compacts out and did like camouflage makeup, but they're still blonde with the khaki and the white booties running around.
Nails done.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Pretty pale. They shone in that island. Like they against all the green, they're pretty visible.
This is a good point. You would think the folks that spend that much time hanging out on the beach in hot tubs and all that, drinking cocktails, would have some sort of more than deathly pallor. But yeah, no, they're
practicing safe, son.
I mean, good for them.
It was mainly for the face. Yeah.
In 1988, that is shocking.
Yeah.
Because
truly
in 1988, most folks look like leather handbags. Everybody was made out of alligators.
You know what's nuts is they had a plan how they were going to handle that island, and there was not a hot tub on there. I don't know how they were able to focus.
Because they had the beach. They had the ocean.
Right.
The beach. Right. I don't see the thing. I think beach energy, that's cool and refreshing. The hot tub is warm like the womb. That's why you can think. It takes you back to the universal mind. That's what I'm assuming is happening, right?
Hot day in the tropics, you go in there right at sundown, that water is going to be pretty toasty warm.
We have to agree to disagree. I am full on the hot tub meeting board. Like I've been convinced by these movies.
They were on vacation mode, it felt like, when they got there. The hot tub is for business meetings, and the beach is for their off time.
Okay, here's the thing. I just wanted one scene where they dug a hot tub just so they could like have a think.
That would have been amazing.
Warming up little tin cups of water, dumping it in.
We got to put our heads together. Get the kettle out.
Turning the coconut into a kettle.
See, that's the real sequel that was stolen from us.
God, I want that.
Anyway, like that's Savage Beach. Y'all should watch it. It is the third best of these films, and it's a blast.
Yeah.
I'm excited to watch the other ones.
Yeah.
At some point, someday, I think we're going to try to do one of these as an in-person screening with Anomaly. I don't know when. Yes. I don't know which.
Yes.
I do know which. I'm not going to lie. I do know which.
We know which.
But I don't know when.
There's only one choice.
It's
I
true.
mean, we can keep it a secret still, but...
Yeah. All I'm going to say is it's going to be a hard ticket to get.
Slick pun, early Sedaris level wordplay.
Yeah.
That's it. If anybody can do it, it's going to be me. I don't have to build, but I got the puns. Yeah, so that is Savage Beach. Return to Savage Beach. I do want to take a moment to thank Megan for all of her hard work as one of the most renowned Sedaris. What? Why are you? Don't
like I know some things, but I just feel I haven't earned like my Sedaris knighthood yet.
Okay, out of the three of us on this podcast right now, which one of us was accredited by AGFA as the pull quote for Savage Beach?
Okay, you have to tell the story because a week ago I did not know this existed.
So here, this is what happened. So I'm watching this movie the other night. And like I usually do, I try to do some research while I'm doing it because I like to multitask a little bit, right? Who doesn't? So what happened was I started Googling, did my Googling, and I pulled this up. And if you're on the Twitch, you'll see it. This is the Savage Beach blurb on AGFA, the American Genre Film Archives website. And the first line under Andy Sedaris USA 1989 Malibu Films, quote, once everyone gets on that Savage Beach, comma, stuff gets acceptably over the top and blown up, end quote. And that is from Megan Murphy on Letterboxd.
So I get a text with a screenshot, basically, that's like, this you? And I'm like, I don't know. I had to go to my Letterboxd box and look it up because it sounds like me. I had no memory of that. Turns out it is me. I
In
did
my
say
head,
that.
135% knew that it was Meg.
That
So
was
I took a screenshot of just that blurb and sent it to her. I was like, "Yo, this you?" She's like, I don't know.
I
And
don't
she's
know.
like, yeah, that is me. Where'd you
Yeah.
find that? And then I took the full screenshot that
Yeah.
I put in our Anomaly Slack, where it's that screen that I just showed everybody. Where it's
It was a
Savage
great
Beach.
reveal.
The first name under Andy Sedaris is Megan's.
Yep.
I would
So
be lying if I said I wasn't very proud of this.
You
We
That I
all
didn't
are.
know.
We all
Yeah.
are.
Ah.
Yeah. So none other than Sedaris expert, I'm gonna say.
I'll say I'm Sedaris quotable.
I will go with that.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll go with that.
This is a heavy burden. I just feel like I have much more research to do.
It can be the start of the journey. Some people sleepwalk, others letterbox. Good call, Salvador.
Thank you, Taylor.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, I don't remember how I was when I wrote that quote. Who knows? I probably just watched the film, so I was all Sedarist.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a lot like when we do this show. Like, have you had the experience where somebody comes up to you? Thank you for listening, by the way. This is going to sound really ignorant, but I'll put a caveat out there. But somebody will come up to you and go, "Hey, I was listening to the podcast and you said this thing." And I look at him like a dog looks at a ceiling fan because I don't remember at all what I've said on this or any podcast I do. The moment I hit stop, it's gone from my.
Do you remember what you had for breakfast this morning? Because you know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? That's the energy. And
Yeah.
also it's like we do this and we come prepared and we do our homework, but it's also just like having a conversation with your friend
Yeah.
and it's recorded. So
Exactly.
it's like, yes, we had a lovely conversation. I don't remember anything I
Yeah.
said.
I sure said some stuff. I know for sure I said some stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Look at the joy this movie brings people. Like,
So, yeah,
I feel like I've been on a vacation.
exactly. Take that as an apology from any of us when you come up to us and say, "Hey, I really like that thing you said when you said this." We're like, "Oh, thanks." I probably didn't remember saying it, but I appreciate that you enjoyed it.
Listen, I've watched multiple Sedaris films. A chunk of my brain just has that now. I can't process other stuff.
That's the other piece of it is that we're here because we have severe brain rot from watching some really astonishing movies.
Just hot tubs and then people
So,
cutting off arms and beating guys to death with it. That's just what the brain is now.
if you picture our brains, it's a lot like that foam at the top of a hot tub is what ends up happening in there most of the time. It's just genre movie cappuccino up there.
Yep.
Genre movie cappuccino.
Is that to add to Cosmic Gumbo?
Yeah, because you gotta have something to drink with it.
Gotta have always have the bev. So.
I'm putting it. Okay, well, is it time for recommendations? I mean, I never want to leave Sedaris world, but
let's head into that. Let's talk
Yeah.
about if you enjoyed Savage Beach. What other recommendations do we have? Or did we want to talk about recommendations for things you might like to see down the road, like stuff we've been watching? Which one do you want to do?
Well, how about this? How about like I can do a recommendation, but also just what I've been watching in general. What have we been reading, listening? I know KP can get us out of the Sedaris hole, and I'm hoping because I do need a rope to get out of here at some point.
Okay. So
we
if we're
forgot.
talking,
Any
go
fan
ahead.
fiction before we move on?
Unfortunately, no. But how
What?
But I mean, the man
No.
created an entire universe on his own, so
Right.
I feel like he did the work in this
Yeah.
case.
Damn it! I wish I had found this younger because I feel like I could have done an entire series of just like Donna and Taryn, like the Adventures kind of like themselves.
Exactly. Yes. So
Damn.
no fan fiction. But if we're talking about other things like what I'm currently reading or playing or whatever, I'm reading How to Be Perfect by Michael Schur, which is a philosophy book that he worked on Parks and Rec and The Office and The Good Place and all of that, and he kind of just breaks down ethical and moral philosophy in a very more easily digestible way. So I've been breaking my brain on that and having many crises, and then playing Tekken 8, which is super fun to kind of go back to that. And that's a crazy story. Fighting video games always have the most insane storylines. And
They got it.
And what was so funny is because right now Tekken has been around for over 20 years. And so they have a section in Tekken 8 where you can watch the through story of each of the Tekkens. And the first 3 are just each, Heihachi just throwing Kazuya over the cliff, and then Kazuya throwing Heihachi over the cliff. And I'm like, is 8 going to just end with all 3 of them going off a cliff? Because it really should at this point. But multi-generational nonsense, just jump into a cliff. But anywho, that's what I'm doing right now.
Oh, cool. I love it.
Meg, what do you have?
Oh no. Okay. All right. So the easy answer, the easy answer for like you're coming off of Savage Beach, you did it in the wrong order already. What you should have done is you watch Hard Ticket to Hawaii, go, oh my God, this is the best film I ever saw. Then you see Picasso Trigger, which is still fun, a little less. And then you watch Savage Beach and you go, I mean, that's still good. And then you stop, okay?
Yeah.
You stop. I mean, later go and watch the other stuff, but you do need to take a break before. I saw them too soon. Also, there is, as I said, Malibu Express, which is the first one. And I see, watch those 3 I said first. See how you're feeling. Get a warm feeling about. Go watch Malibu Express and go, oh, he fixed it. Oh, thank God. Thank God he figured out what he was doing wrong. Because that's like, again, an Abilene as the star. And he's kind of trying to do like Magnum PI, where like he's that guy who just kind of like is super cool with a car and he gets himself into a situation. And tonally, it's a little weird. It's still a little 70s. And anyway, so yes, a Hard Ticket to Hawaii, Picasso Trigger. Watch Savage Beach. Have yourself a vacation.
Yeah.
Things that are not Andy Sedaris. I have other interests. I just saw Destroy All Neighbors on Shudder, and what a gift! What a gory fluorescent latex makeup gift it is. Jonah Ray, I love his horror story. I love that he's being in horror films now. He was in Satanic Hispanics, which we showed at Anomaly.
Oh, nice.
And I love him as now the lead of an entire film. He is a prog rock musician who has been working on his like ultimate album for I think at least a decade now.
Yep.
But it's not happening, and he's very much someone who's like he's the problem, but he thinks everyone else is. And a new neighbor moves in, and it's Alex Winter from Bill and Ted and Freaked, and in the most fun, fully transformed latex makeup of as this like generally Eastern European neighbor called Vlad. Who just blasts EDM music and does super loud workouts with metal things like super loud. And he's like what Jonah should have done is just go over to the neighbor and say maybe quiet. Also, because that's not actually what's stopping him making his album, is everything else, right? Mm-hmm. Instead, he decides that he's just gonna knock on the wall, and he does one knock. And he should have. And then he calls the cops. So. The rest, what happens, it gets gory, it gets weird, there's beheadings, intestines attack people, he is haunted by the violence he's created, and that Vlad is one of my favorite new horror characters ever. Prog rock is a horrible music, you can't fuck to it. Good stuff! Like that's just like, I'm like, I love him, it's good stuff. But also, it's like, I said it was the comedy version of Mandy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The two prog rock horror films together.
Yeah, I'm halfway through it, and I'm really sad I haven't finished it yet.
It's a joy. If what I said sounds fun, you're gonna like this. It's fun. It's a fun ride. It doesn't take itself too seriously. And lots of liquids happen.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah. Stuff that you want to stay in your body is out of the body. That's no good. Yeah.
It goes beyond horror goo.
Oh yeah. I don't know if anything like it's more liquid than goo most of the time.
Okay. Just
goo is like much more
fluids.
There's some, but that's holding together too well. Everything is just splattered and scattered, and you have a main character who is the author of his own misfortunes, which is one of my favorite setups. This is all your fault, buddy. You're making it worse.
Prog rock Waffle House of film. Jeepers creepers. Things that I've watched that I've enjoyed. I went back and watched Kung Pao Enter the Fist.
Okay.
It holds up extraordinarily well for being of its time. it's still watchable, and I didn't have to shut it off because it made me feel oogie, which is tremendous if you think about when that came out. It's actually a
Yeah.
pretty innocent, fun, goofy movie still, and I really dug it. It's a lot of fun.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and then I've been listening to one album nonstop. It's the new Benny the Butcher record from Benny's from Buffalo, and he put out his first major label record, and it's great. So check out the new Benny the Butcher if you're into rap, hip hop kind of stuff. It's good.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. It's called Everybody Can't Go. It's good. It's well worth listening to, and if you're from Western New York, it's fun to hear weird little Buffalo references pop up throughout. Like when he starts referencing going to Elio DiPaolo's Italian restaurant to celebrate something, and like it's fun. Like
Yeah.
it's
Regional.
yeah. The sound of it is very like mid '90s, late '90s boom bap, New York City hip hop, and then he's a Buffalo dude, but it's great.
Nice.
Those are my big recommendations this week.
Yay.
Oh, Kung Pao's free on YouTube. Shout out Celador for that find.
Hey, all right.
Love it.
Yeah, this will be in the show notes too. Like I'll, now that we're doing recommendations,
Yeah.
I can, and any sort of link or something, I'll go there. So if you're listening to this podcast wise in your ear holes, and if the podcast has been released, I have updated the page. Right now, it don't exist because we're doing it live. But
right.
later, future Megan will update the site. And we have the episodes. If you go there now, I have a whole bunch of other past stuff. I put a lot of work into that. So please go read other show notes. That's interesting too.
And the good news is I've just discovered if you're coming in halfway through this or at the end, because that's kind of where we are, if you look at our I think either the Anomaly or Lunchador YouTube channel, this is up there already. So as soon as I hit stop, it'll be available to you in its entirety.
Oh my God.
On YouTube.
Fancy.
Yeah, look at us. Look at every year. Stronger, faster, stronger. YouTuber.
We did it.
Did it. Yeah.
So I guess this is the time where we do our filthy business and talk about the film festival. Because we're here. We have to plug things. That's why we do this. I mean, we love you, and that's why we do it. We like to spend time with you. But at the same time, we have a film festival that we like to talk about too. It's Anomaly, the Rochester Genre Film Festival. It is November 6th through 10th of 2024 at the beautiful and historic Little Theater in Rochester, New York. We look forward to seeing all of your smiling faces as we bring you the best of independent genre movies for our sixth time.
Ooh.
For 6 years. Oh my God.
I almost I just don't want to stop on that. We have to keep going. I can't feel 6 years in my bones. No.
Lucky number 7.
If this film festival was a person, it would be entering kindergarten, almost first grade.
Our baby.
It's all grown up.
Stop saying they're a troubled child. They're imaginative.
Weirding out the kids on the bus eating flies.
That's them. That's our baby.
Oh no! We need to land this plane on the grassy island.
Let's.
Let's crash it on the island.
It's Anomaly. We're back again, November 6th through 10th of this year, 2024, at the Little Theater. AnomalyFilmFest.com. Anomaly Film Fest on all the socials. Tickets are not available yet. Passes are not available yet, but soon they will be.
Also, we're on the TikTok. So
we're on the TikTok as of. If you're watching this,
I'm so excited that we're on the TikTok now. So follow us there now that's taken a year off my life.
We forced Megan into an existential crisis yesterday and got her to sign up for TikTok for us. So Megan is our TikTok master.
Enjoy our content.
She's very excited about it. Her favorite platform.
You should even talk about Facebook.
Yeah, it has overtaken Facebook as Megan's favorite platform. So yeah, that is it for us this week. We thank you for joining us through all the ups and downs, the ins and outs, if you will, of Savage Beach. And we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye.
No music.
I want to zoom in on your face and we just end on Matt upset. There we go. Feel it.
Yep.
Emotions.
Yep.